Historical Reconstruction of Aryan X.
Episode 14, The Settlers of Europe II, Hungary, Bulgaria. In this session, we will reveal the truth about the settlers of Europe, specifically Bulgaria and Hungary. The historical restoration by Aryan X will bring you a shock and freshness that is beyond panic. As their national names suggest, Bulgaria and Hungary share the same suffix, Garia. This means they are historically related powers with a single bloodline, yet now they do not recognize each other. It is truly a regrettable reality. Bulgaria and Hungary are in a relationship of ancestors and descendants intertwined by a single bloodline, and they are also direct blood relatives of the Scythian Aryans who were in Central Asia. What then was the historical identity of these Bulgarians? They were precisely the Huns, the Magyars, the Malgal, and the Mongols. We will reveal more about the history of Bulgaria and Hungary in greater detail when we discuss the migration of the Huns and the Holy Roman Empire. In this episode, we will conclude with just a taste of historical truth. The time of Bulgaria's emergence in Europe coincides exactly with the migration of the Huns with their emperor from Central Asia. The leader of these Huns, Attila, is none other than the Northern Wei dynasty Tokbalgyu, Bei-Wei Taizu, from Chinese history. And also, he is an emperor from Korean history. This was a special case where the emperor of the Central Asian Scythian Aryans moved directly to Europe. What does Bulgaria mean? Bul means brightness, and, as I have mentioned, the Berg, Ska, Balkan, Baltic, the Bull in Istanbul, and the Bull in Bulanso before France are all cases where the bull from the Bull land, where the Central Asian emperor resided, was incorporated as a place name. And this Bull land, the seat of the Central Asian emperor, was also Hun and Han. The historical event of powers connected to this Central Asian region moving to Europe is called the migration of the Huns. To be precise, the Huns were Scythian Aryans, that is, Koreans. The capital of Bulgaria is called Sofia. Sofia is the same as Sakpira, meaning to serve and spread the will of Shakyamuni Buddha. At the same time that Bulgaria was founded, the name Sofia also appeared in the heart of Europe, the Balkans, and it was in the immediate vicinity of Bulgaria. This is the gloriously named Hagia Sophia Grand Cathedral in Istanbul. The capital of Bulgaria, Sofia, and the Sofia Cathedral in Istanbul, where the emperor's coronation was held, share the same name. This means they have a very deep historical relationship. Then, around the 10th century, when the Holy Roman Empire was born, a St. Sophia's Cathedral also appeared in Ukraine. This means they were the same power as those in Ukraine. Now, I stated that the Bulgarians were the Huns who appeared in history, and that their leader Attila was the Northern Wei dynasty Tokbalgyu from Chinese history, and also he is an emperor from Korean history, like Gwanggaeto Great Emperor. However, history books record a very interesting scene. It is said that the Hun leader Attila and the first emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, Arpad or Otto the Great, were of the same bloodline. We must prove this to open the door to true history. But until now, no one has ever revealed the facts about this connection, except for one person, and his name is Aryan X. Now I said that the leader of the Huns, Attila, was the emperor from Chinese history, Tokbalgyu. Then, the first emperor of the Holy Roman Empire must be of the same bloodline as this Tokbalgyu. Who could it be? Please remember of surname of Hanja character. You can find the answer in here. The first emperor of the Holy Roman Empire appears in Korean history. His name is the Goryeo Emperor Haejong, Goryeo Hwangdi Haejong, and his surname is Wang, Wang. Also remember, Goryeo and Korea are same meaning. So now, we must prove that the Tok clan of the Hun leader Tokbalgyu, and the Wang clan of the Holy Roman Empire's first emperor, Haejong, are of the same bloodline. It seems truly difficult, doesn't it? Aryan X is both a historian who has prepared everything and a prophet. Now, I will quote from a Korean genealogy book. I will quote the ancestry of the first Goryeo emperor, Wanggan. The ancestry of Wangan originated from the northern nation of Sawanguk. After a long time, during the Goguryeo period, they were called the Takwangshi in Bukwi and stayed in Goguryeo and Bukwi around AD 462. The Hanja character tak is pronounced as tak but also as chak. I stated that the Central Asian emperor who led the Huns in the 4th century was Bukwi dynasty emperor Takbalgyu Beiwei Taizu from Chinese history. And the protagonist who led the Holy Roman Empire was Heizhong, the eldest son of Wangan. The term Takwang from Wangan's ancestry reveals the truth that the Tak clan and the Wang clan were of one bloodline. The Tak clan of Attila, the leader of the Huns, that is, Takbalgyu, and the Wang clan of the first emperor of the Holy Roman Empire were of the same bloodline. A Korean genealogy book proves this. Now you may ask, so how did you know that Bulgaria and Hungary were the same power? The fact that Bulgaria and Hungary share the same bloodline was hidden in the history of Bulgaria. It would only be visible to someone who knew of their existence, and it would have been impossible to grasp for anyone unaware of the historical relationship. Let me give you a taste of the historical content. I will quote from the history of Bulgaria. Great Bulgaria, 605 to 642. The Bulgars were united under their chieftain, Kubrat. Coveting the wealth of the Byzantine Empire, they continuously attacked the Danube basin and established a khanate known as Great Bulgaria around 605. After Kubrat's death, his 5 sons separated. The eldest son was absorbed by the Khazars, the 4th by the Avars, and the 5th by the Lombards. However, the second son, Batbayan, escaped the Khazars and settled in the Volga River basin, establishing a state known as Volga Bulgaria, which prospered until the Mongol invasion in the 1200s. The Kubrat who appears in Bulgarian history is the emperor of the Han Empire who was in Istanbul and ruled all of Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Although the powers that manipulated history transplanted the emperor who was in Istanbul to present-day Bulgaria, until modern times, Istanbul, the heart of the European empires, was considered Bulgarian territory. Emperor Kubrat. Ku means Cain Scythian, Bra means bright, from Bara Muni, and Ta means land. Kubrat was the emperor of the Hun Empire. According to the historical text, Emperor Kubrat's second son, Batbayan, settled in the Volga River basin, founding Volga Bulgaria. Here lies the secret of Hungary's appearance in the 10th century. Batbayan, Bat, is a pure Korean word meaning bright land, the same as the Bat in Ashgabat, the capital of Turkmenistan, or the Viet in Vietnam and the Bet in Tibet. The Volga in Volga River and Volga Bulgaria is a pure Korean word. Volga Bulgaria, in present-day Russia, founded by Emperor Kubrat's second son, Batbayan, was precisely where the powers that the 10th century Holy Roman Emperor would lead, and this was the Mongol territory where the Hungarian powers resided. You must be surprised to hear that Bulgaria and Hungary are Mongols. The Mongols of history appear in Korean history books around 2300 BC. Present-day Hungary is referred to as the Magyars. What does Magyar truly mean? The bright people in Central Asia were historically called the Malgal of the Great Korean Mahagari. The Gar in Malgal is Dari. That is, they are the same people as the Gar in Bulgaria and Hungary, and this Malgal is pronounced Mohe, Mohe. The phonetic change from Mohe to Mong is a basic principle of phonology. The Malgal of Central Asia moved north to the Russian region and were called the Mongols. Now, I will prove that Hungary was Mongol with one example. Please pay close attention. There was a famous historian named Carpini. In Carpini's History of the Mongols, it is said that the Mongols were composed of 4 tribes. First, the Yeka Mongol, at present-day Yekaterinburg, where Yeka means the land of Yeka. Second, the Sioux Mongol, presumed to be present-day Astana in Kazakhstan. Third, the Merkit. Fourth, the Mekrit. Now, it is said that the Mongols were largely made up of 4 tribes. And, by chance, through a major unfortunate incident, we came to know of their existence. A few years ago, a tragedy occurred when many Koreans died when a cruise ship sank in the Danube River in Budapest, Hungary. The name of the bridge there was Merkit, which appears in Carpini's History of the Mongols. In other words, Hungary was one of the Mongol tribes, the Merkit. I will reveal the detailed content later in the main body of history that will follow. In the next episode, we will uncover the secrets of Istanbul, the heart of Europe, the center of Europe. I sincerely hope you will contact many people to join in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The subtitles can be translated into the language of each country, so please be sure to use them. If there are any issues, please contact us via the comments or Google Mail. Our Google Mail address is aryanrealhistory@gmail.com. The YouTube video addresses are Historical Reconstruction of Aryan X or History Restoration of Aryan X. Everyone, your subscriptions and likes represent your conscience and passion for the truth, so please do not forget.